All right, so this is Nikola, and you know, price hasn't really been exciting over the past several months. Let's talk about the monthly chart, and some bigger time frame levels would include this monthly sellers level at $3.75. It was formed from this drop in price, basing candle, drop, price comes back, pulls into that level, fills those unfilled sell orders, and price collapses. However, this leg did not take out the most recent lows, and so potentially we do have Nikola bottoming out in the form of a double bottom down in a level where I call the accumulation phase. However, there are levels of interest from a resistance standpoint. You have one at a dollar, which is a round hole psychological number, and then one at a $1.50. All right. So, however, as you can see on the weekly chart at least, price did break this short-term downtrend line, and so that's very bullish for the bulls. However, price finds itself back at a level where you can classify um, that level being the lows. Now, ignore all these drawings, and what I want to point out to you is um, now this volume candle represents this candle here. So um, what you really want to see is these high volume candles um, in a leg out or leg in. So if I look at the charts here, you have a leg in candle, one basing candle, and then the leg out. But I'm not in love with this candle as this wick is pointing down, signifying that there are buyers below 50 cents. However, if you take this as a drop base and then rally, you can see how price reacted to that level not once, not twice, but three times, right? And had you gone long when price came back into that level, well, this was at least a reward to risk ratio of 4 to 1. Now on the say the daily chart, you do have another level of interest, and that would be at the upper portion of this weekly buy level zone at say 60 cents. And you can see how that held once, twice, and a third time. All right. So if I kind of look at how the weekly bias level was formed, um, can't see it, but you do have say a double bottom or a W pattern. And if I put my line at the apex and I go over again, this is where price hit, and we had this reaction, hits again, reaction, and now we're potentially getting another reaction, although you are and have been sideways for the past couple of months. So you start to make moves to the upside. This red extended range candle implies that there are really no buyers or no sellers. So price has the opportunity to move back to the dollar level pretty quickly. Now getting into the news, the history is that uh, they went public through a SPAC in June of 2020. Stock opened at $38 and doubled to 80 a week later. And since then, that time, price is now trading at around that dollar range. You also had the CEO. His name was Trevor Milton. He was convicted of securities and wire fraud. And the company had to nearly recall all of its vehicles in 2023. Now, reasons to sell. Well, they had, like all EV companies, ambitious production targets that weren't hit going back multiple years. Nikola might try to raise money by diluting its own shares again. They have done it multiple times. Um, to be exact, increased its share count by 239% over the past 3 years. And they have to do this to raise funds to attempt to reach break even. Now, even if Nikola launches another secondary offering, it might have to sell its shares at a steep discount to the market, as it did last March, to attract any buyers. Again, to make matters worse, Nikola shares could be delisted if it stays below $1 for X amount of days. One strategy that they can employ, like other companies have deployed, is a reverse stock split. But again, really that'll be an opportunity just to short it again. Reasons to buy or hold. They expect the growth to accelerate this year. During the most recent conference call, the CEO predicted the company would generate 150 to 170 million in total truck revenue for the year. With an enterprise value of 700 million, Nikola trades at 4 times the midpoint of that forecast. However, the CEO also expects Nikola's gross margins to improve from a negative 600% last year to between a negative 80 and a negative 100%, which means that it's still doing bad, but better bad, right? All right, so those are the fundamentals. Just gave you the technicals. For me, this is a hold. I wouldn't sell because you're near the lows. But I think price starts to move higher as interest rates move down and as the Tesla reverses as well. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Please like the video.